מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לילה 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 לילה. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לילה 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 לילה. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. All right, friends, I'm about to say Shabbat Shalom, and you're going to say Shabbat Shalom back. Shabbat Shalom. We have a room of quick learners today. Okay, all right. So, friends, you should have all gotten a black siddur when you came in. This is our prayer book. It goes right to left. Every time I say a page number, you can find it at the bottom. Any page that has Hebrew text on it will also have the transliteration, that's the English letters of the Hebrew, as well as translation. As we go through our service today, when you see a responsive reading, there'll be italics. That part's you. And that means the more that you bring to Emma, the more that Emma sends to you, and that's how we're going to create a really wonderful prayer space together today. If you haven't had a chance yet, please just double check your phone, your smartwatch, etc., to make sure that it's not going to beep, ring, or go off during our service. If for some reason you need to be on your phone during the service, we just ask that you take a moment to step out. We ask that you keep it away in terms of photography as well. We are on live stream, so hello, anybody joining us online. You can capture some great pictures from there later. Exits, there's one over here, there's one over there, there's one behind you, and one behind us as well. If anybody needs a little break from our large sanctuary, we have what's called the Shalom Sanctuary over in the back behind the glass. In that space, you can hear everything, but we can't hear you. So if anybody needs a break, they can go back into that space as well. Friends, I'm Rabbi Rachel, up here with cantorial soloist Jessica Tillum, and this, of course, is Emma, who's becoming bat mitzvah today. Now, quick show of hands. For whom is this your very first bar or bat mitzvah service? You've never been to one before. Okay, hands down. Raise your hand if you've been to 5, at least 5. 10, 20, 50, 100. Okay, you guys are doing great. Good. All right, so we have a mix today, which is wonderful. So welcome to this space. We think God hears all prayers, lies, whatever you're comfortable with. We just appreciate you being in this space with us today. We introduced ourselves. Take a minute, though. Turn to somebody you didn't come here with. Hello, my name is Shabbat Shalom, and we'll get back started in a second.
Actually, no, I want to like this.
Hine ma tov, hine ma tov. Page 3. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'ma na'im, shevet achim gam yachad. All right, friends, we are on page 4. Proud mom and dad, Brian and Sarah, if you guys will come on up for the presentation of our talit. So this is a ritual garment, something that can't be worn publicly until the age of bar or bat mitzvah. And so this is a special item that Emma receives today. Let me get you guys the mic. Yep, green one. You can hold it. There you go.
As this talit is draped around your shoulders, may the voices of the generations speak to you. May you know that there is a people, a rich heritage to which you belong, a sacred place from which you are connected to all who dwell on earth.
As you are embraced in the folds of this talit, so too are you wrapped in the loving embrace of your family, community, and this holy congregation. May the simplest of garments always be for you a symbol of God's abiding and sheltering presence.
As you recite the blessing and wrap yourself in this talit, we proudly watch and celebrate with you as you accept your place in the chain of our tradition.
All right, so go ahead and recite our talit blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotah v'tzivanu lehitzlatef batzitzi.
Amen. If you'll help to wrap her. So friends, we get together for lots of reasons. We come together in community. Sometimes they're sad. This one, super duper happy. And so we thank God for reaching this season, this moment in time. Mom and Dad, you'll stay here for one more prayer as we join together in Shechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh
Lots of hugs, guys. Friends, we're on page 5. As Emma prays for us these words of becoming a bat mitzvah.
God be with me on this occasion as I become bat mitzvah. Help me make meaningful the covenant you now establish with me. Sustain me with a sense of holiness, inspire in me a desire to be special. I do not ask that you make my life easy, resolve my problems, or map out the directions of my life. I ask only that you strengthen within me the desire to mold and shape my life in accordance with your will. In this hour of my bat mitzvah, I invoke your blessings upon my parents and friends and all who have loved and cared for me, all who have brought me to this time of gladness. Give them joy and fulfillment in my growth and my achievement. You who turn the hearts of children to their parents and the hearts of parents to their children.
Amen. Beautiful. And on page 6, we have our first responsive prayer. So once again, this is where you'll come in on the italics. And this is a prayer for our congregation. And Emma, you're such a wonderful light and warmth. And so when we think about a synagogue being wide enough to welcome people, having you here as that warm and special face really helps to make that happen. So thank you. Please lead us, page 6.
May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for fellowship.
May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture.
May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride.
May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet.
May it be too high to admit indifference, selfishness, and harshness.
May this synagogue be for all who enter the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. We'll turn to pages 8, 9, and 10, and here we will find our Nisim B'chol Yom prayers, our blessings for daily miracles, the things that we need in our life that without them, life would be really tricky and hard, and so we thank God for these things. Emma will lead us, and we will respond, Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lesef vivina lechavhin ben yom uvein laila.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokei off ivrim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kefufim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Roka haaretz al hamayim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam chamachim mitzadei gaver.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam malbish arumim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam hanoten la'af koah.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam chama ovir shenat me'enai unuma me'afa pai.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam shetzani b'tzelem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam shetzani bat chorin.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam shetzani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam Ozer Yisrael bigvruah.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam Oter Yisrael b'tikvarah.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam Asher kanishanu b'mitzvotav v'tivanu la'asok v'divrei Torah.
Amen. Friends, we've warmed up in our morning prayers. We'll rise for Baruch Hu, page 15.
Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Baruch Hu et Adonai. Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai. Hamevorach. Hamevorach. Leolam vaed. Hamevorach. Hamevorach. Leolam vaed.
We'll remain standing and turn to page 16. This is our Yotzer Or prayer. And this is our morning prayer thanking God for creation. And Emma, part of this prayer, it talks about that if God is all powerful, then the good and the evil and everything is attributed to God. And so what we need as people of this world is recognizing that to try to strive to be the ones that are bringing more good, more good, more good. You're on a great track for that. Keep doing that. Okay, good. Yotzer Or, page 16. We'll pray with Emma.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam Yotzer Or uvarei choshech osei shalom uvarei et hakol Chameir la'aretz v'ladarim alecha barachamim Uvtuvo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid ma'asecha v'reshit Ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai kulam b'chokhma asita malach ha'aretz kinyanecha ditprach Adonai Eloheinu al sheva ma'aseh yadecha ve'al me'orei or sha'asita yafarucha sela or chadash al tzion ta'ir v'niskei kulanu me'orei Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer Hame'orot.
Beautiful. And on page 18, in the last line of page 19, we have our prayer of Ahava Rabbah, which describes God as this loving parent. And so, Emma, you've got a sister, Millie, right?
Yes.
And your parents love you.
Yes.
And they love Millie.
Yes.
And that love is equal. All true. All true. And yet they have a slightly different relationship with you than they do with Millie, because it would be impossible for the relationship to be exactly the same, right? So it is with God. Okay, God is a loving parent. We all have the capacity to receive that love from God, and all of our relationships will be different. That is the meaning of Ahava Rabbah. And so we'll chant together, page 18. Ahava Rabbah Ahavtanu,
Adonai Eloheinu, Chem Lagedola Vitera, Hamalta Aleinu, Ba'avor Avotenu, Ve'imotenu, Shabbat Huvecha, Shabbat Huvecha, Shabbat Huvecha, Vatlam Dehu Kechaim, Kentechone Ulam Denu, Ham Rachem, Rachem Aleinu, Ham Rachem, Rachem Aleinu, V'tein Beli Beinu Lechavin, Lechavinu Haskil Lishmo, Lilmod Ulilamed, Lishmor Velasot, Ulkayem et Kol Divrei, Talmud Toratecha B'Ahava. Baruch Atah Adonai, Chabocher Be'amo Yisrael Be'ahava.
Beautiful. Page 21, we join together praising God's oneness with Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated. On page 22, we have Ve'ahavta, and this is a prayer that talks about how we can love God and how we are supposed to do it with all of our heart, with all of our soul, with all of our might. And one of the most important things that we are taught as Jews is that we need to teach. We need to teach these words, teach what it means to bring holiness and goodness into the world. And so today, as you move from a child of the congregation to adult of the congregation, that means you don't get to go home and say, "See ya, Mom and Dad, I'm the adult now." But here in this house, in this sanctuary, it means that you now have a responsibility to be a teacher, that you're not just a learner, you're still that, but teaching our children isn't just when we have literal children of our own, it's the children of the community. And so that responsibility today moves from you being the child to the adult. And so together we'll chant with you, Ve'ahavta, page 22.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, bechol levacha uvechol nafshecha, uvechol meodecha, vechayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi mitzavecha, hayom al levavecha, v'shinatam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, b'shivtecha v'techa, uvlektecha v'aderech, uvshokbecha uvkumecha, ukshartam leod al yadecha, v'chayu letetafot b'neinecha, uvtaftam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha, leman tiskeru, v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'atem kedoshim Elohehem. Ani Adonai Elohehem, Hasher Hotzeit Yedhem, Me'eretz Mitzrayim, Leot Lechem Lelohim, Ani Adonai Elohehem.
Amen. Beautiful. As we get ready for our prayer of redemption, if Millie will come on up to lead us in this responsive prayer on page 23.
Adonai, our God, you took us out of slavery in Egypt. You made us free.
You were in the courage with which we overcame 40 years of desert wandering.
Even today, you are in the hope that, like a beam of light, brightens the darkness of suffering and despair.
You are in the love that creates, protects, forgives.
Standing at the sea, we felt your goodness and your love, and we sang a new song to you. And still today, we sing that song.
We praise you, Adonai, Redeemer of Israel. Thank you, Millie. All right, friends, our prayer of redemption, Micha Mocha, page 24. Friends, we'll be on 26 and 27, right back to back. This is a prayer, Avot v'Imahot is a prayer that reminds us of all of our generations. It's going to tell us about Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. And every time it does so, it says God of that person, God of that person. It doesn't say God of bum, 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 bum. There's always the God of the person's name each time, because God's relationship with those people and that generation that they represented was always different. And so we are the next link in the chain of tradition of having that sacred relationship with God. We're mindful of that as Emma is the next chain of our tradition. Page 26, please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanura El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakel V'Zoher Hasdei Avot V'Imachot Umevi Gula Livnei V'Nehem L'man Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atara lechoshia, Morid atah, Mechalkel hayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rami, Somech noflim verofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Micha mocha ba'al gevurot, Umidom elach, Melech memit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lechayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. We'll remain standing. If Jacob Mirsky could come on up for our responsive prayer on page 28 as we prepare for Kedusha. Hello.
Hello. Many are the ways of holiness, varied are its paths.
There is holiness when we strive to be true to the best we know.
There is holiness when we are kind to others.
There is holiness when we strive for harmony in all of our relationships.
There is holiness when people of different backgrounds work together for a common future.
There is holiness when people seek justice and struggle for righteousness.
There is holiness when people create lasting poetry or song or philosophy.
There is holiness when we forget what divides us and remember what unites us.
Holy, holy, holy is Adonai the Eternal.
Thank you. Our Kedusha, page 29.
נקדש את שמך בעולם,
כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרוב, כך כתוב ביד נביאך, וקרא זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ, כבודו. אדיר, אדירנו, אדוני, אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון, לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, נגיד כאן לך. לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, נגיד כאן לך. ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך נקדיש, קדושתך נקדיש. בשבתך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם לעולם ועד. And here comes your part. לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, נגיד כל לך. לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור, נגיד כל לך. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. Amen. Please be seated, except for Lindsay Bursky. If you'll come on up to lead us in this prayer about the unique gift of Shabbat.
From of old, the Jewish people have seen Shabbat as a unique gift, a token of its covenant with God.
Shabbat is the most cherished creation of the Jewish spirit. It mirrors the essence of the Jewish soul.
Shabbat has never been merely a day of rest from labor. It has always been a break in the routine of everyday life.
Shabbat is a symbol of liberation and triumph, of the holy over the profane, of spirit over matter.
In every age, Shabbat afforded the Jew a sacred retreat, a haven of safety, a fountain of new strength and perpetual renewal.
Shabbat nurtures family life in love and harmony. A home at peace welcomes Shabbat with joy.
Shabbat is part of nature's design, the very purpose of creation. All that was created attained its fulfillment in Shabbat.
Shabbat is our hope, the calm haven where all the weary find rest. With the coming of Shabbat, redemption and peace enter the world. Thank you. Our prayer for Shabbat, Yismechu, page 31.
ישמחו במלאכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלאכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. מקדשי שבי שבת, כולם יצאו ויתנגו משובך שבת. ישמחו במלאכותך,
page 32, Amy and Rob Scully, if you'll come on up for our introduction to a prayer for peace.
Our God, we know there is no greater gift than peace. Help us to find the peace that comes from the love of your Torah.
Inspire us to banish hatred, war, bloodshed, and bigotry. Help us to establish forever one human family, doing your will in love and peace.
Help us to find peace in ourselves and among all people. O God of peace, bless us with peace.
You have given us the power, O God, to bring peace and justice into the world. May we always love peace and pursue it, and love our fellow creatures. Fill us with kindness, wisdom, and love, then shall we learn to live in peace.
Blessed is God, teacher of peace.
All right, friends, we'll take a few moments for silent prayer and meditation. We'll join back together on page 33 with Sim Shalom.
Shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha. Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha. Shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha.
On page 36, if once again proud parents, Sarah and Brian will come back up to offer a special parents' blessing.
May you live to see your world fulfilled. May your destiny be for worlds still to come. And may you trust in generations past and yet to be.
May your heart be filled with intuition, and your words be filled with insight. May songs of praise ever be upon your tongue, and your vision be on a straight path before you.
May your eyes shine with the light of holy words, and your face reflect the brightness of the heavens. May your lips ever speak wisdom, and your fulfillment be in righteousness.
A Jewish home opens its heart, and its link to the generations is proclaimed. Today, newly grown, you are called to read from the Torah and are welcomed into the congregation. May this moment be blessed.
Amen. Amen. A few more hugs. All right, friends, so we have been working in our service toward this moment, which is the Torah service, the Torah reading. And that means that we are about to have a lot of fun moving parts. So, listen up. Okay. All right, so we'll be on page 38. If Joe, Allie, and Louise Strauss will come on up toward our ark for the ark opening. Please don't open it yet. If Millie will come stand by cantor soloist Jessica, she'll be undressing our Torah. If all of our grandparents can come up to the bima via our ramp for our generations of Torah, so that's Neil and Frances Levine. Ned Strauss. And of course, we're holding Julie Strauss in our hearts today as she's unable to be here with us. I need my gabbai, so if Miss Joanne will come on up as well. Page 38, please rise.
Ki mitzion teitei Torah, ki mitzion teitei Torah, udvar Adonai mirushalayim, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, le'amo Yisrael, b'kedushato.
All right, friends. Emma, I want you to wave at everybody. Everybody, it's polite to wave back. Thank you. Emma, this is your village. This is quite the village you have. These are the people who love and support you and who want the absolute best for you. So beneath our Ner Tamid, the holiness of our ark, the ark doors have the 12 tribes. We have 10 commandments around us. So much symbolism to represent the power of what this space and what this community can be for you. And most of all, of course, our sacred Torah scroll. And so what we're about to do is to pass our Torah from generation to generation to you. And I want you to look at mom and dad and grandparents. And over their shoulder, you see great-grandparents and great-great and great-great-great, yeah? All of the people who would wrap around this sanctuary that had to exist in order for you to be here today. And that's what's really powerful, and that's what's so amazing. You're a second generation to become bar or bat mitzvah here at Temple Emanu-El, just like your dad. And so today is truly a L'dor Vador moment.
L'dor vador,
So just give it a hug.
nagid
Just a little hug.
bolecha.
You don't have to give it. Yeah.
L'dor vador, we protect this chain from generation to generation. L'dor vador, these lips will praise your name.
All right, friends, we'll continue with Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadol Adonai Iti Umaromema, Shemo Yachdav, Lecha Adonai Hagedula, V'Hagivura, V'Hatiferet, V'Hanetzach, V'Hahod, Ki Ho B'Shemayim Uvaretz, Ki Ho B'Shemayim Uvaretz, Lecha Adonai HaMamlacha, V'amid Naseh Lechol Arosh. Romimu Adonai Eloheinu, V'yishtachavu L'har Kasho. Romimu Adonai Eloheinu, V'yishtachavu L'har Kasho. Ki
right, as the ark doors come closed, you may be seated. Perfect. Grandparents, have a seat right up there. You know your spot. Perfect. Exactly. All right, friends. So now we're really in it. This is the good stuff. So what you're going to find under your chair are two confusing navy blue books. One says something Mishkan Tefillah. The other says the Torah. If you want to follow along today, you want to reach under your seat and pick out the one that says the Torah. If it says anything but that, you picked the wrong one. And so, our Torah portion today, everybody's favorite. So we are in the book of Leviticus, chapter 13, all the way, it goes for a while into chapter 14, but today Emma will be chanting verses 3 through 13 from chapter 13. If you're in the Torah commentary, it'll be on page 831. Now, Tazria Mitzlora is the Torah portion that every year I always do a little. I remember who had Tazria Mitzlora when I became bat mitzvah, because it's just one of those portions. It talks about a lot of things that nobody really wants to talk about. Emma, however, is going to teach us the power of some of those things nonetheless. If you happen to gander at the Torah portion as she chants this morning, you'll see why. Okay, you'll see why this is one that people giggle about just a little bit. But she will and has found a way to make it very relevant to our lives today. And so she'll be chanting from our Torah scroll. There's no vowels, there's no colors. She's had to study for a very long time to be able to do what she is about to do for us. Feeling good? Okay, so let's make sure the microphone is close to you as we call up your grandparents for our first Aliyah. So that's going to be Neil and Frances Levine and Ned Strauss. Ya'amdu Nisan Sar ben Label Yitzhak v'Miriam Ruth, Fego Miriam bat Label v'Ruth, Neda ben Yosef the Aliyah.
Eloheinu melech olam, asher barko meni kol ha'amin, v'nasan lanu Torah et Torah, Baruch atah Adonai, notein ha'Torah.
V'ra'a ha'kohen et ha'nega ba'or ha'bza'ar v'sa'ar ba'nega afach lavan u'me'orei ha'nega amok me'or b'saro nega sara'at hi v'rachu ha'kohen v'timeo to v'im b'chorei lavan hi Be'or b'saro, ve'amok ein me'arei min ha'or, v'saro lo hafach lavan, v'hiskir ha'kohen et ha'nega shavat yamim.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, V'Eloheinu, Baruch atah Adonai, notein ha'Torah.
Amen. So you'll come stand on the other side of Joanne. You can give hugs if you want, or wave at her. All right, for our second Aliyah, proud aunts and uncles, Scott and Lisa Mirsky, and Todd and Becca Levine. Ya'amdu, Shimon ben Baruch, Leah Moshe, bat Nisan Sar, v'Fego Miriam, Yitzhak Abraham ben Nisan Sar, v'Fego Miriam, Chaya bat Shlomo v'Yocheved, la'Aliyah. Yep, take your corner. Okay, who's lead voice? There you go.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher Bakar Banu Mikol Hamim, Venatan Lanu et Torato, Baruch Atah Adonai Notain HaTorah.
Amen.
V'rachu hakohen bayom hashve'i v'hinei chanega amad be'inav lo pasach chanega ba'or v'hiski ro hakohen shevat yamim shenit v'ra'ah hakohen oto bayom hashve'i shenit v'hinei kehiche chanega Velo pasachanega ba'or vetacharo hakohen mitzpachat hi vehibet bagada vetacher.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chaye olam nata b'tokeinu. Baruch atah Adonai notain HaTorah.
Amen. Lots of hugs. For our third Aliyah proud parents, mom and dad, Sarah and Brian, Yamdu, Sarah Makal Bat Neder Emanu-El, Chaim Moshe Ben Nisan Sar, Vefegel Miriam na Aliyah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai notain HaTorah.
Amen.
V'im paso tifseh chametz pahat ba'or acharei hara'oto el hakohen leto harato v'nira shenito hakohen v'ra'ah hakohen v'hinei pasta chametz pahat ba'or v'tim'o hakohen sarat hi nega sarat hi tehi ba'adam vehuva el hakohen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chaye olam natan b'tokeinu. Baruch atah Adonai notain HaTorah.
Amen. You guys can sit. All right, and Emma, you already know what to do. Okay, I've had you standing for a long time. Now you get to take a break for a moment. So the reason we have Emma sit down is it would be a little anticlimactic if she was already up here, when we are formally calling her to the Torah for an aliyah upon the age of mitzvah. And so an aliyah is literally a physical coming up, but it's also a spiritual one. And so in this moment, she is called both physically and spiritually to the Torah for her aliyah. Tamad Ariela Orlim Bat Chaim Moshe Vasara Malka La'aliyah. So take your tali, a little corner, touch it. Kiss, yep.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai notain HaTorah.
Amen.
V'ra'ah hakohen v'hinei se'ei levana ba'or vehi hav ha-se'ar lavan umichyat basar chai basei sara'at noshenet hi be'or basaro v'tim'o hakohen lo yiskirenu ki tamehu v'im paroach tivrach hatarat be'or v'hista hatarat et ko'or hanega merosho v'ad raglav lechol me'arei einei hakohen, v'ra'a hakohen, v'hinei ketziste hatraat et kol basarel, v'taher et hanega kulo hafach lavan tahor hu.
Beautiful. All right, take your talit again and touch. And kiss it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata betokenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Absolutely beautiful. So with the Torah in our midst, Mom and Dad come on either side of her. So it's considered extra holy to receive a Misha Berach, a prayer of spiritual growth with the Torah out. And so we get to do so in this moment. I'm on page 41 in the black Siddur. You can put away your Torah commentaries. So a prayer for your spiritual growth. Misha Berach avotenu v'imotenu, Avraham Yitzhak v'Yaakov, Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah, Hu Yivarech et Ariela Orli, Bat Chaim Moshe v'Sara Malka, Shehigia l'mitzvot v'alta la'Torah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu yishmarecha v'chayeha v'chonen et libach, v'hiyot shalem im Adonai Elohecha, la'agot b'Torato la'lechet b'drachav v'lishmor mitzvotav, v'tim sachen v'seichel tov v'einei Elohim v'adam v'nomar Amen. Which means, may God who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless you, Emma, because you have come for an aliyah upon the age of mitzvot. May the Holy One guard you and sustain you, helping you to be wholehearted in your faith, studying God's Torah, walking in God's ways, and fulfilling God's mitzvot. May you find favor before God and all people, and let us say, Amen. All right, friends, it is time to raise and dress our Torah scroll. And so we've got Millie, who's going to help me dress the scroll. I'm going to lift it. If the family will just step back for a moment. We are on page 42. If everyone will please rise.
וזאת התורה ששם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ויד משה. יללי לי 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 לי
I like that mashup you just threw in there. Please be seated. Family may head back. Emma, back over here. So Emma has, throughout the morning, led us in prayer. She has led us in reading from our Torah scroll. And now she is going to teach us words of Torah. But first, I'm going to steal a drink as well, Emma. And Emma, I'm just going to make sure that the microphone is lined up. So you start when you're ready. I'll double check your mic, and then I'll sit down.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
My Torah portion is Tazria from the book of Leviticus. My portion talks about purity and impurity. Purity means to be free from contamination, while impurity is the opposite. A main focus of my Torah portion is a section that talks about what to do if a person has a rash, discoloration, or scaly affection called sara'at. If they have one of these afflictions, then they are considered impure and must be isolated for 7 days. The Torah portion goes into a lot of details, but I'll just highlight one. There is a part that discusses what happens to the cloth when on top of infections. If the infection has spread to the cloth, it is a malignant eruption and the person is impure. After it has been washed, if the sara'at has not changed color and has not spread, it is impure and the cloth will be consumed by fire. If the priest sees the sara'at area after the cloth is washed, then he will tear it out from the cloth or skin. If it occurs again in the cloth, then the cloth is consumed in fire and the priest pronounces it pure or impure. Well, that was definitely interesting, but there are still lessons to be learned. My Torah portion has many lessons behind it, but the one that stood out to me most was Lashon Hara, or spreading gossip. The rabbis viewed sara'at as an external sign of internal decay. This becomes a symbol of a person's decline in mental health or poor behavior. Therefore, sara'at may be interpreted as not only a physical condition, but also the result of hurtful behavior such as spreading gossip about others. Lashon Hara is Hebrew for evil tongue. It occurs when people speak about other people instead of talking to them. When evil words are spoken, they spread much like sara'at spreading onto the cloth, because the words can spread in a way you wouldn't expect. As a community, we can stop this by isolating ourselves from the situation, by walking away, or even changing the subject. For example, if you're with a group of friends and someone starts talking about another person that is not there, you could say, "I don't think that person would like us talking about them behind their back. How about we talk about this instead?" My Torah portion teaches that our words matter. Just like sara'at spreads, gossip spreads too, unless we stop it. Every time we choose kindness and honesty over Lashon Hara, we make our community a healthier place. Becoming a bat mitzvah means that I'm choosing to take my Judaism seriously. Beginning today, I plan to prioritize Judaism in my life. I will choose to go to Friday night services more often, help my family prepare for Jewish holidays, and continue traditions such as lighting Shabbat candles and reading the Haggadah for Passover. I want to continue to do this because it makes me feel closer to other Jewish people. In Hebrew, the word lev means heart and tov means good. Together you have lev tov, good heart. This is an important Jewish value to me. When someone has a good heart, they are kind to others and don't always think about themselves first. This is super important because we live in a world where everything doesn't just revolve around one person. My mom likes to tell me you have to be flexible. Lev tov doesn't have to be something big. Even holding the door is the act of a good heart. I demonstrated lev tov for my mitzvah project when I led cookie decorating at my neighborhood park. Altogether, we raised $5,000. Thank you to everyone who donated. The money raised was donated in honor of my grandma, Julie Strauss, who has Alzheimer's. She loved to bake and always had a smile on her face. I will continue to show lev tov by thinking of others before myself. Tikkun olam translates to repairing the world. Repairing the world means everyone is doing their part to make the world a better place. This ties into my Torah portion because it is important to be kind to others and not speak about others behind their back. Not talking behind one another's back help repair the world because it helps us focus on being kind to others and not engaging in negative actions. As a bat mitzvah, it is important to me to visit Israel one day. Israel is my homeland and a place where all Jewish people can celebrate their religion together. To me, it means connecting with a larger group of people in which we all have something in common. As my service comes to an end, I want to take a moment to thank everyone who made this possible. I promise I'll keep it short. I want to start by thanking Miss Joanne and Rabbi Rachel. Without you, none of this would have been possible. Thanks for teaching me everything I need to know. Thank you, Cantorio Soloist Jessica. You sounded amazing. Thank you to all my family who has traveled near and far to be here. I appreciate all the support you have given me, and I am so grateful you are all here. To my volleyball friends and coaches, thank you for always being there for me through the ups and downs. I enjoy every practice and every game. To my camp friends, I cherish every second we have together. From tubing to arts and crafts, Camp Barney is my happy place. I can't wait for this summer. Many thanks to my school and religious school friends. You made school fun. I'm so glad you could be here to help me celebrate this big milestone. You have taught me to be a better scholar and a better person. To my neighborhood friends, I will always enjoy our evening get-togethers at the park, pool, or at someone's house. We've grown up together, and I consider you all family. To my best friend, playmate, and sister, Millie. You may not know this, but you're the funniest and most energetic person I know. Even though we fight lots, I love you more than you can imagine. You are the best sister ever, and I wouldn't trade you for anything. I love you. Mom, if I could say everything I wanted to say, we would be here for years, and I mean years. You do so much for me and our family, and you continuously guide me to be the best person I can be. Without you, I would be completely lost in life. Thanks for taking the time to make memories instead of doing what's easiest. My favorite things to do with you are traveling to new places, staying up late talking, and of course, last-minute Amazon orders. I especially love our family Foursquare games or movie nights. Thanks for always showing me the right foot forward and teaching me instead of yelling at me when I make mistakes. Thank you for all the countless ways you cheer me up. You'll always be my best friend. I love you so much. Last but not least, Dad, I am endlessly grateful for your sacrifices, knowledge, and patience. You teach me something new every day. From jokes to how to cook pancakes, I'm brighter when you're around. Speaking of cooking, I carry your love of food. I love to travel to new places and try things I otherwise would have never tried. You introduced me to new foods that are now my favorite. You also continue to believe in me and give me the extra confidence push I didn't know I needed. Thank you for everything you do, big and small. Nothing goes unnoticed. I'm so lucky to have a dad like you. I love you. Thanks again to everyone who came and supported me today. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. We have certainly just heard from a young woman of our congregation. So, Emma, thank you for sharing all of that wonderful wisdom with us today. We'll go back into our Siddur, into our Black Prayer Book. We're going to head into our Haftorah section. So these are lessons in words from the prophets, a prophetic reading. We're going to be on page 56 for the prophetic reading itself, and the blessings can be found on page 42 and 43. For the prophetic reading, Emma is going to be chanting from Amos chapter 5, verses 22 to 24. And again, the blessing prior can be found on page 42.
Baruch atah Adonai, Baruch atah Adonai, Elohim.
I know, it's hard to go from Torah to Haftorah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu,
melech haolam, asher bahar, b'nvi'im tovim, v'ratzav v'divrechem, hane'emarim, be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai, Chaboher b'Torah, u'Moshe avdo, u'Yisrael amo, u'v'nvi'ei cha'emet v'tzedek.
Page 56.
Ki im ta'alu li olo, u'michotechem lo ertzeh, v'shalem meriachem lo abid, chaser me'alai, hamon, shirecha, v'zimrat, nevalech, lo eshma, ve'yagal, kamayim, mishpat, utadaka, kenachal, eitan.
Beautiful. Page 43, our blessing for after the Haftorah reading.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, tzor kol halamim, tzadik b'kol hadaro, ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer v'osei, hamdaver kayem, shekol devarav emet v'tzedek, al ha'torah v'al ha'avodah v'al hanve'im, v'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh, shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, likdusha v'limnucha, likvod u'tifaret, al hakol Adonai Eloheinu, anachnu modim lach, umbarchim otach, yitzbarach shimcha befi kol hai, tamid le'olam va'ed, baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch hu u'baruch shemo,
mikadesh ha'shabbat.
Amen. Beautiful. Our blessing for America and for Israel. Those blessings can be found on page 44 and 45. I'll invite you to join with me in just a moment at the top of page 44. O God, we invoke your blessing upon our country, the United States of America, as we strive to be a beacon of light in a darkening world. Sustain us during times of uncertainty, guard us from calamity and injury, give us the courage to confront evil. Enlighten us with your wisdom, and sustain with your power those whom the people have granted authority, the President, their advisors, and all who are entrusted with our safety. May peace and goodwill, courage, understanding, and hope prevail among all the inhabitants of our land. May your goodness spread its blessings among us and exalt our nation in righteousness. And together we say, Amen. And our prayer for the peace of Israel, Avinu Shabbat Shamayim, page 45. Avinu Shabbat Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'gohalo, Arechet Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Smicha Geulatenu. Together in the English. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. Avinu Shabbat Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'gohalo, Arechet Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Smicha Geulatenu. In a moment, we will return our Torah to the Ark. And so to open our Ark, we call forward Jerome Weinstein, Nita Levine, Barry and Joanne Levine. Nobody's moving. You can start moving. Beth and Ty Yano, and Joe Strauss. If you'll come on up to open our Ark, take your time. If the congregation will please rise, we'll be on page 45. When you guys are up here and ready, come on up all the way. And we'll open our Ark doors.
It's Chaim hi lamachazikim ba v'tom hecha meushar derachecha darchei noam v'chol netivotecha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'noshuva Chadesh Chadesh Yameinu Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem.
Thank you. Please be seated. If anybody wants to take the ramp down, we do have the ramp as well. Oh, hey.
Hi.
I hope you feel amazing.
I do.
Oh, good. Oh, she answers. I have been thinking a lot about what I want to say to you, as I do with all students. But the image that kept coming back to me is how much we're in the same neighborhood. I'm going to paint that as a metaphor and a reality. So we don't live in the exact same residential neighborhood, but we live in the same neighborhood, if you will, in that we shop at the same grocery stores, we go to the same Starbucks, we walk around the same parks. So I've had the pleasure of a couple times being able to text Sarah and say, saw Emma walking across the street. She and her friend were doing a good job following the rules of the walk and don't walk. Sarah, I ran into Emma at Starbucks. Her and her friend were really sweet and kind. Yes, they did talk to me. Yes, they were polite. And Emma, I think that's like a bigger picture of, not in like a weird way that everybody's always watching, but that the world's always watching, and we're in community, and there are people who see how we behave and what we do. And I know that your parents have the pleasure of receiving reports about you as kind and caring and a good friend and a loyal friend and a mentor and someone that other kids can look up to. And to everybody else on the street, you might just be another girl in the neighborhood heading over to Starbucks with her friends. But to me, you're that and more. You are someone who is, in a way, not by your, in a way you are an embodiment of Temple Emanu-El. You are an embodiment of your home and your parents and the way that they've raised you and want you to be in the world, the way that our Jewish community has raised you and want you to be in the world. And you are this wonderful, wonderful young woman who walks around my neighborhood, and it brings me such joy to see you get to be just a kid, to get to be sent away to walk with your friends and go into that Starbucks, and to know that you're going to do it with respect, with politeness, with kindness, and that you know how to handle yourself. Those are some important life skills, Emma. And I want you to be one who is always mindful of that, who's mindful of the teachings of your Torah, that what we say and what we do gets around, and that we can put out bad things into the world, and those things can spread and come back to be about us. And we can also always choose instead to shut that down and to put more good things into the world. And I already know you're the type of kid who does that. And I want you to continue to grow into the young woman who does that even more, who shuts down the meanness of the world, who brings more goodness, and that will make our community and our neighborhood even better. And so now I want to bless you, along with Jessica, with our priestly benediction. So if you'll come a little closer, we'll offer you this special blessing. May God bless you and always keep you safe. May God's light shine upon you and be gracious to you. Emma, wherever life's journey takes you, may you walk strong in who you are. May you always keep your head up high. And may you know God's most important gift, the gift of peace. And together we say, Amen. All right, come on down. Mom and Dad, come on up, because I know you also have some wonderful words to offer to Emma today. Let me get out of your way.
People always talk about how quickly time flies. You hear it all the time, but you don't really believe them until you're holding a baby in your arms, and then, in what feels like a blink of an eye, you are standing on the bima watching that same baby become a bat mitzvah. Emma, your mom and I could not be prouder of you today. It has truly been a pleasure watching you grow into the smart, confident, kind, and beautiful young woman you have become. When your mom was pregnant with you, we went to the doctor for an ultrasound. The doctor was pointing out everything we were seeing on the ultrasound. She pointed to the screen and said, "Here's her leg, here is her arm, here is her head." And then she paused and said, "And here is her heart. She has a beautiful heart." I'm sure she was talking about it in the medical sense and its ability to pump blood throughout your body. But as your parents, we took it differently. Watching you grow up over the last 13 years, we know she was right. You do have a beautiful heart. And it is evident in the way you care about others and the way you treat other people. From the time you were very young, your competitive spirit burned bright. You loved to win, but more importantly, you're willing to work hard to ensure success. When you were playing a lot of tennis, sometimes you would get down early in matches. You wouldn't get upset or down on yourself, but all of a sudden, we would see a switch flip and a calm confidence would come over you. You wouldn't try to overpower your opponent, but you would quietly and methodically wear them down and force them to make a mistake. Your determination and belief in yourself were your biggest strengths, and they would win out more often than not. That same energy shows up in everything you do. You love to be active and involved. There haven't been many sports or activities that you have not wanted to be a part of. Although we love your enthusiasm, there have been quite a few times that we have had to remind you that there are simply not enough hours in the day to accommodate all the activities you wanted to do. You have a true passion for life and have developed a love of traveling. This was on full display during our recent family trip to Paris and London. We loved watching you explore new cultures, try different foods, and even learn a few things along the way. As you grow, we hope that you retain your curiosity and desire to learn and see the world. You are an amazing role model for Millie, and even though she would probably deny it, she looks up to you more than she would ever admit it. You teach her the importance of hard work, loyalty, and kindness. Although there may be the occasional or not so occasional sisterly disagreements, we also get to see the moments in between, the laughter, the support, and the love you have for each other. At this time, Sarah and I would like to thank Joanne Lipschitz, the clergy of Temple Emanu-El, and all of Emma's past Hebrew school and Sunday school teachers for their help in preparing her for this special day. Emma, today you become a bat mitzvah, marking the beginning of an important new chapter. As you continue to grow, we hope you carry forward all of the things that make you so special: your kindness, determination, and curiosity. We love you so much, and we are so proud to be your parents.
Beautiful words, beautiful words. Millie, will you come up here with us? And I'm going to have the congregation rise as we begin to conclude our service. We'll head to the ark. Millie, will you assist in opening the ark doors, please? We are on page 46 for Aleinu l'Shabeach.
Aleinu l'Shabeach l'Adon HaKol, l'Tate Geula l'Yoser Breshit, Shelo asanu kuye harasot, velo samanu k'mishpachot adama, Shelo sachel keinu kahem, v'goraleinu kechol hamona, v'anachnu kor'im, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech, malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, v'ne'emar, v'haya Adonai, v'melech al kol ha'aretz, bayom ha'hu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo,
As our ark doors come closed, you may be seated. So we'll conclude our service as we always do, and that is in memory. bringing into this space the memory of loved ones who have died in recent days or in seasons past. And in this moment, at this simcha, we imagine them at their best, as if they were here present with us, smiling down. We remember Rosie Strauss, Leon and Marion Levine, Lester and Ruth Weinstein, Luis and Al Hill, Helen and Joe Strauss. If you are in a period of shloshim, the first 30 days mourning the loss of a loved one, you're invited to rise at this time so that we can recognize you. If you're in the first year, Yod Bet, mourning the loss of a loved one, we invite you to rise and remain standing so we can recognize you. If you're observing a yahrzeit, a death anniversary of a loved one, to rise at this time so we can recognize you. And if it is your custom to rise for Mourner's Kaddish, as we do here at Temple Emanu-El, you're invited to rise at this time. Words of Mourner's Kaddish can be found on page 48. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'amei amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudesha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran me'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Family, if you'll follow me, we're going to be on page 49. If you're currently seated, if you will please rise as we do you guys can go on that side, a little Vishamru, our blessing of Shabbat. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat, ledoratam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat, ledoratam berit olam. All right, we hold up our Kiddush cups. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. And last but not least, we go voila, there is our challah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Simen tov u'mazel tov u'mazel tov simen tov u'mazel tov u'mazel tov simen tov u'mazel tov u'mazel tov simen tov yehei lanu u'bechol Yisrael yehei lanu u'bechol Yisrael yehei lanu u'bechol Yisrael yehei lanu u'bechol Yisrael. Mazel tov to the whole living family, especially to Emma. They invite you to join them in the large social hall, which you can get to through those doors and turning right. That's the way to go. And Shabbat Shalom, everyone.